First of all, we took on a placement this summer. So this was an idea by an advisor we brought on, and she just said, why don't, I told her about what we're trying to achieve, and she ran the process then. So all I did, my brother was a bit more involved earlier.
Put the contracts on the table.
Yeah, well, I did the interview, right, when they came into the office, and he's been excellent. You know, he's 20 years old, was 19 when he started. And it's just really refreshing. I mean, you know, he's our AI champion, so he's testing all the AI and he's coming to me and he's reporting on it. It makes me realize how I'm not that young anymore. But just the way he works and finds things out. We brought someone else on very recently, who had he was in 20s, early 20s as well, who had a bit of experience, was in Dubai, and now has joined us. And you can just see the difference and the keenness, and the moldability.
Yeah.
And there is such that opportunity for them, yet at the same time, there aren't a lot of jobs out there for them.
No. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what we're hearing at the moment. The job market is drying up, isn't it? 5% unemployment now in the UK. So
yeah, and it's really challenging as a young person. It's challenging how to separate yourself, right? Because these days, most people have a degree.
Yes.
And you know,
you said that the guy that you hired is 20. Is that a deliberate effort not to hire grads? Is it? Are they going to be sort of?
He's the placement, so he's at university.
Okay, yeah,
doing a year
in
we'll
industry.
Go back, do his final year, and then we might offer him a job, and if he wants to, we'll say we haven't got there yet. But for us, it's a really good question. So actually, yesterday I popped into the shop next door. We know all the locals in the village. We're very much part of the community, and she was asking, because her son wants to get into finance, what I thought about going to university or getting a job. And I said to her, look, if I had the option of looking at someone who's been at university for 3 years, or they've got 3 years experience, or even one relevant, I would go for that person with the relevant experience.
Why is that? Because you yourself went to university, didn't you?
Yeah. And by the way, I'm not against going to university. And I did also debate whether to go or not.
Okay.
Why is that? Is because it's much more valuable having the experience in the job. Depends what your degree is as well and why you go in there. But, you know, you go to university, you rack up a load of debt, most people. I was fortunate that I didn't.
Yeah, you're
But you do all of that and then you come out with a degree and you look very similar to everyone else. And is it even a relevant degree? So unless you've got a real passion for what you're doing and there's a real reason, I think that many people would be much better off. Even, because I said to this lady, well, look, even if your son takes him a year or two trying some different jobs to work out what he wants to do, that's part of your journey.
Yeah.
Right. And then you can go, right, now I want to try say it was financial advice. Then I want to go into that industry. And then, you know, whereas you come in straight as a grad, I mean, we took on at one point a young person, very good, very intelligent, lovely chap. He then actually decided that I just want to go into the army and I don't really want to be in this industry.
Right.
And so that was completely out of our hands. You've got to take on risks as a business. I'm not saying that it's not an issue, not something, problem in that sense. But for him, you know, maybe could he have been better off cutting out some years or just in general? It just gives you an example.